into Vietnam.
During 3 years of the long war in Vietnam, a famous Air Force squadron with the call sign MISTY was established to try to stop the flow of men and equipment from Hanoi into the South. In October 1968, President Lyndon Johnson suspended bombing in the North, a pause that lasted 4 years. When I joined MISTY in February 1969, our primary area of operations was in Southern Laos, where we were trying to stop traffic down the legendary Ho Chi Minh Trail. Over the course of the 3 years of its existence as a squadron, 157 men earned the right to call themselves MISTY pilots. 35 were shot down, 7 killed. 3 were captured, taken prisoner. The first commander of MISTY, Bud Day, was one of those prisoners held for a long time in Hanoi. His conduct while in enemy hands was such that he won the Congressional Medal of Honor.
More than 40 years after my last combat sortie, I decided to go back and take another look. I'd heard the trail was hard to find, for the most part covered over again by forest. But my 2 sons and I figured it might be fun to give it a try. This is us, day 1, leaving the Pak Se Hotel. That's Mark in the middle and Brian, my youngest son, on the right. We're going to go out this morning and take a look and see if we can't find what's left of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Wish us luck. On day 2, we set out from the town of Adipo in search of a checkpoint MISTY called the Dog's Head. In the southeast corner of Laos, a large river makes a meander that looks like a dog's head. It's quite easy to spot from the air. It's not so easy from the ground. We did a lot of map reading, even tried to get directions from local villagers using English and a little bad French, though around here no one seems to speak French anymore. Well, we found it, and here are the boys standing on a bridge of recent construction. The stream behind them is the top of the Dog's Head. But the trail, I reckon, had to go across this stream at 2 places, one on the south and one on the north, and head into those trees.
A little further east, we came across the remnant of a piece of trail. Could be the old Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Right about here, in the vicinity of the Dog's Head, is where we would pick up the trail.
On our way back, we saw a lot of the mountains that form the border between Laos and Vietnam. It's amazing when you look at these hills and the heavy jungle, how the engineers from the north were able to carve out a road and keep it open under heavy air attack. But of course, for MISTY, the object of our most profound respect was the truckers themselves. I write about them in my book, Hangar Flying. Truckers were much admired by MISTY. They did deadly serious work in the most dreadful conditions imaginable. They left their homes in the north and lived on the trail for months, even years, enduring monsoon weather, malaria, animal bites, constant hunger. Mail was collected once a month. An exchange of letters could take a whole season. Then they got to navigate through this desolate, beat-up countryside in the dark, without headlights, a job that would be no fun on open turnpike at high noon, nobody shooting at you. But we dropped 2 million tons of bombs on Laos, something like our total tonnage during all of World War II in both the European and Pacific theaters, most of it aimed at the trail. We seeded clouds to induce flooding, sprayed Agent Orange, mined the road. No doubt about it, we extracted a heavy price. In time, the North would fill 72 military cemeteries with the remains of those who built, manned, and moved over the road. But move they did, putting through the cargo the 122 millimeter rockets that pounded the Marines around Da Nang, the mines that killed our soldiers near the Parrot's Beak, the heavy equipment that in the end would surround and capture the Saigon of memory. Pumping hard, the truckers provided oxygen. Their reward for each delivery, go get me some more.
Where should we go next?
I want to go just a little bit further east and see if we can get a more definitive outline of the Dog's Head. And then we're going to turn around and go south and try to find the south side of the Dog's Head. About halfway back from the Dog's Head to our hotel, we passed through the village of Pa Am, where they have an SA-2 ground-to-air missile and some de-armed U.S. munitions on display. From here we headed back to Adipo, not quite the end of a long day, although we were already making bike repairs, this one to Brian's luggage rack, which came apart during the ride. We got it welded back together and we got some gas to get ready for the next day. We felt great at the end of day 2, mostly because we were lucky enough to find the objective, the Dog's Head, on our first try. It made us optimistic about our chances for the next few days to find more checkpoints on the authentic Ho Chi Minh Trail. So we did a lot of traveling, we saw a lot of road, a spectacular day, but don't want to do it again.
Hey Mom, here we are closing in on the tail end of the trip here.
Oh yeah, it's been great, and wish you'd been here. You would have liked it, but
Seems that we've achieved most of the things we wanted to do. Certainly been places that I don't think you'd want to go, let alone sleep.
anyway, we're all good. It's been fantastic. I think we've done almost everything Dad wanted to do. Maybe everything, but pretty close to it. More than reasonable, more than we could have expected to do here.
We're not going to hit the trail anymore, no more dirt roads with any luck. Then I'll see you when I get home.
If you see this, we will have survived.
So what else about this place? Well, we know we are very close in altitude. We're up around 1,000 meters. We know we're very close to kilometer mark where we should be. And as for the other dimension, time, well, it's 40 years, so I don't hear any jet noise up here. But if you were here in 68, 69, you'd have heard a lot of jet noise right over where we are.